The wolf, she cries at night.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Learn Excel Tips and Tricks. Today we're going to talk about benefits of in Gantt Chart. This is more useful for the project management team members and any person who's using their task for timeline during the timelines. And it is very important for them to clearly going to get their timeline, understand where they stand. Okay, based on that they can start working on to prioritize their activities, and it also will help them for better planning. And moreover it are going to help them to communicate to their stakeholders, to ensure that they are working on their deadlines on time, or they need to improve themselves to or speed up themselves to get this task to be done on quickly. Okay, that is one thing. And it also going to be addressed on the delays in progress, and also can analyzed on the budgets also, because right, everything is connected back again to the budget side to inform them that are they really on the profit side of this task level, or they are onto the risk where they have to address and they respond quickly about that. Okay, and also sometimes we need to analyze that why it is getting delayed. It can be because of the multiple stakeholders who are accountable for this. So this Gantt chart tracking will be indicate and inform to them that where there is a delay and where we have to put pressure on them to ensure this task has to be done on time. And it is also need to be required that these things will help them to communicate them to respective people to ensure that this is all done on time. Okay, and a very important one here is this task is for not only for small project work, it can be for any kind of a large or medium level. And one important thing which really like by all of you is that this is not required to use any tools. It can be done through a small formula which I will go to show you now. Let's get into that. Okay, and here is the data which I already have prepared, the data for you people to remember that and quickly can be concluded here. So there is let me explain you the data. The first thing is talking about the task. I kept a task as here, the task name here. You can also instead of, if you don't have much on the task numbers, then probably can use the task specific task number. You can add name, you can add here. It can be talking about the project initiation task to the execution level, and also can be based on the quality and product delivery side, quality assurance side, and all. You can do a specific one and you can mention there. And second thing is talking about when this task is started, initiated, and it can be started on the May 1st. So like that, so when it is initiated and when the task is going to complete. Okay, so and also I have kept here called a duration here, which can be easy for us to remember that. Then in the horizontal way, I kept all these data into the multiple rows here, added columns here, added with respect to based on the start date and the end date of the say specific task level. Okay, and I also have mentioned here the month wise here, May, June, July, and August, and that is where the range is happening here. So if you can see, start date of the first task is on 1st May, that is where I have added here. And the last date of the end task is supposed to be on 27th of August. That is what I have mentioned here, as per the current timeline planning is happening. Okay, so let's get into that, how we want to do this Gantt chart by using the simplest way, using the conditional formatting. Okay, so before select all the range, which range you are trying to find the Gantt chart, click on the conditional formatting. And if you're already having couple of rules, already having it, then click on manage rules. If you don't have any rules, then click on the new rule here. In the new rule, you're having multiple, when in this window, new formatting rule window, you have multiple rules types are there, but I'm going to use here called use a formula to determine which cells to format, because we are using a formula here to get the Gantt chart timeline tracker. Okay, so let's get into that. And I'm using here called the end symbol because I want to find the dates between the started and end date and the duration. That way I can see exactly where we stand on the each task wise. Okay, so let me click on the end formula here. Then I'm selecting the which date I'm tracking that from. So this is on 1st May. So then I say greater than equal to. Okay, then I'm saying the start date of this. So I'm saying first day start date should be greater than of the 1st May. Then I put a comma because end has got multiple parameters, right? So I'm asking about same start day again here, but again I'm asking saying here less than equal to equal to, okay, and the end date. Okay, let me say again. So end date, we are talking about the date when we're starting referring to the tracking. Then say greater than equal to the start date. Then I'm saying the start date of the tracking date here. Then I'm saying less than equal to the end date here. Okay, but now I need to do something here. Very important is that we have to remove some references here, because when we copy and paste this data when moving here, it should references should happen. Once you keep a dollar here, it won't move like that, right? So let me remove dollar here, because it has to copy. When data is copying from one column to other column, it should not hide anywhere. So then I'm also removing the rows, because I'm copying that this data will copy to all the rows. So I'm removing that again here. Okay, so that is pretty much. And I also need to select here the color, which color you want to track this data. I'm using here the orange color for a while, or you can use yellow, but whichever is you like the color most. Okay, let me take that as yellow otherwise. Okay, and click on OK, and click on OK. That's it. Can you see here? So you're gonna have see here. So you have a data from 1st May to 24th May. So you can see that data is here. Let me click that as a border here, that way you can remember that. Okay, can you see here? This is the data we're talking about 21st to 24th May. Then again you can see here from 12th May to 28th of May. Same goes again here. So it is talking about, okay, from 28th May to 2nd June. So you can see here, say as goes on. So if you can go to the last data, it's talking about the 27th of August to 15th August to 27th August. So you can see here, these two are there here. Okay, and this is a very small data I have kept here. We can also use many rows here, and any number of tasks you can add here, but this is very simplest one with the simplest formula here, and using conditional formatting. I'm sure some of you may not know about it, but this is going to be help you a lot. And there are multiple things still there. I'll show you one more video after, apart from this. And but this is going to give you a lot of scope for you to learn. Okay, that is pretty much from my side. Thank you so much. Thank you.